Today's the first series of Adjust and Breathe. It's a program that we came up with, Ramakant, Dr. Olson and I came up with. I'm going to turn this over to Ramakant Kharel.
Thank you, Malika. And I'm here today to introduce one of my presentation about healthy living. The healthy living means, it doesn't mean like a healthy living is you got to look muscular and you got to have a body like a bodybuilder. Healthy living is your internal health, your mind, and everything is connected. So we are all seeking throughout this life is looking for happiness. To find the happiness, you gotta have, if you wanna go east, you gotta face east. If you looking for happiness and you're not facing towards happiness, you're not gonna achieve it. So in life, the most important part that we have is our body and healthy body. To achieve healthy body, you got to have only three things. And those three things are dedication, discipline, and drive. Without these three Ds, you cannot have a result. So in order to achieve the goal, you got to follow the steps. And those steps are not only exercise, the steps are food is also one of the very essential role. So in order to have ultimate goal, which is our ultimate health, there is only process how you understand what is our body. Our body is how it functions, what it takes to have a healthy body, and how it connects with our happiness. So if you try to achieve the goal, you got to do a ABC. The first step is you got to have to understand what is the body. The body, I think, is just like a machine. We drive machine every day. The car, the automobile. The car, when you buy, every time we buy a new vehicle, they have a manufacturer warranty. And those warranties are only good until maybe 40,000 miles, 4 years, or 3 years, 50,000 miles, 4 years. But you know, the funny thing is that until the warranties remains in the vehicle, there is no problem. The warranty expires, the check lights are on. So our body is just like that. You know, when we are young, when we are at the age of 20s, 25, 30s, 35, really, you don't feel like you are weak, you don't feel like you are not in good health. Everybody looks like fine. You're driving, fine. But as soon as you pass, some manufacturers have longer warranty than others, same as our body. Some DNA, some genes are stronger than others. So some people feel weak at the age of 30. Some people maybe feel weak a little later, 35, 40. But at the certain age, we all have issues. And when those issues occur, what we must do? When there is a check light in the car, what do? We got to go to the mechanic shop to repair the motor. When we have issues, what we do? We got to go to the doctors. So people think this exercise thing is only for the young people. A lot of people think that way, especially in my country, where I come from. I come from Nepal. And people think that the exercise, sports, is only for the younger people. But I think they're just opposite. They're just wrong, totally wrong. You know why? The motor gets older, needs more maintenance, as our body. When our body gets older, needs more exercise. So if you don't start your exercise at the age of 35 or 40, I guarantee you, or we are going to lose the life span by 25%. How is that so? I want to make you a realization. People who exercise, they enhance, they increase their lifespan by 25%. How so? Remember how in the old days there was no motor, there was no machine, there was not too many of this modern technology. Our parents, our ancestors, forefathers, they used to walk everywhere they go. There was no motors. And they used to spend more time doing physical work in order to, if somebody has to prepare lunch. Nowadays, you just push the button. The lunch is cooked because the gas line is coming, and then you just have to push the button and just put the food on the stove. But in the old days, 50 years, 60 years ago in Nepal, there was no gas lines. And everybody was using wood chips in order to cook the food. So when you wanted to cook a lunch or a meal, you gotta have to collect those wood chips, go to the forest, and come home. There's no tap water in the house. You gotta go to the well to pull the water. So every activities we supposed to do to survival, there was exercise involved. And as a result, the oldest people, even though there were less doctors, less hospitals, less medicine, they used to live longer. Nowadays, the modern society have more technology, more doctors, more medicine, but we have more issues. Why so? Because we are not obliged to do the physical work as much as we supposed to compared to old days. So I cannot imagine, or I cannot force, or nobody wants to go back to those times where you want to go to the forest to collect the chips and go to the well to pull the water. And so, but we got to do those exercises. How we can replace that lacking part is workout. That's why there are so many gyms, there are so many facilities, because if we don't do that, we're going to lose at least 25% of our lifespan that naturally we deserve. There are 4 basics for our life and a healthy body. Those basics are food, water, sleep, and 4th is exercise. So what we are doing, what kind of lifestyle we are living in, we are eating, we are drinking, we are sleeping, we are missing the 4th part, the exercise. If you miss one part out of 4 basics, obviously you're going to lose 25% out of 100. So what we are living is, we are only living our 75% of our natural lifespan, what we supposed to get 100%. So in that case, what I like to emphasize enough to realize I cannot force anybody to exercise unless they do a self-realization. Self-realization is the one thing that you need to think about, and make yourself forced to exercise. Because without exercise, we're going to lose 25% of our natural lifespan. I don't want to do that. I think nobody want to do that. What is the most important thing that you have? House? Car? Money? How much is that important if you don't have a good health? You know what? I want to tell you one example. The poor person who don't have a lot of money, who don't have fancy home and fancy car, but if this guy, he have a mediocre lifestyle, I think he can enjoy the life if he is healthy, versus $1 billion in the bank. How good is that $1 billion in the bank? And a lot of real estates, if doctor tells you cannot eat that, you cannot eat that, and when you go to bed, you have $10,000 bed maybe in the bedroom, but you don't have sleep. You can't sleep. And you cannot travel because you have pain in your body. So how good is that lifestyle if you have a lot of money? I think the money is only a means to achieve the goal, to live a comfort life, but that is not the main objective in our life. So to have the healthy life, you gotta follow the steps, and those steps are, you have to give at least 1 hour out of 24 hours. You know why? If suppose I want you guys to pay attention to this part. If suppose you have appetite for 24 eggs, suppose, imagine, you have appetite for 24 eggs every day. But one day you don't get 24 eggs, but you only have 23 eggs. Does it matter? You eat 24 eggs or 23 eggs? Does it matter? It's almost the same thing. So imagine, we have 24 hours in a day. Imagine we don't have those 24 hours in a day. We have only 23 hours in a day. And that 1 hour is good enough to make your 25%, give you the 25% of lifespan that you deserve. And 1 hour out of 24 hours is, what is the ratio of percentage? Can anybody volunteer? What is the ratio of the percentage is 1 hour out of 24 hours? Are you hearing me, guys? Can you answer? Around 4%. Around 4%. Around 4% is the investment. Out of 24 hours, 1 hour is around 4 or 4.5%. The 4% is investment. And what is the return? 25%. Isn't that good business model? If you invest, suppose $1 and you get $6 in return, don't you want to do that? I'm asking you. So this is the real investment. You invest your 1 hour into your health. And if you really love your children, if you really love your spouse, if you really love yourself, you got to have this 1 hour for yourself. There's no other way. There's no choice. There's only way. So this is my formula and this is my philosophy, that 1 hour for you is that you deserve to invest within you in order to have a healthy and happy lifestyle. So if I tell someone who never exercise, if I tell someone who never exercise, and if I tell that, okay, you got to exercise 1 hour from tomorrow, I think they will never come back to me. You know what? Because 1 hour exercise for a person who never did exercise is really challenging. You may have a heart attack. You may die. But the goal is achievable if you do slowly, if you increase your minute by minute every day. Because if an uneducated person who never been to a kindergarten or high school, and if you ask him, you got to go bring the college degree, it's not possible. You got to have to start from somewhere. You have to have a step, ladder to achieve the goal. So the ultimate goal is 1 hour. But how to achieve to that point, there's the steps. I have a course that I wanted to demonstrate after this. You give me 3 minutes exercise every day to yourself. You do a 3-minute exercise every day. And every week, you increase by 1 minute. In one whole year, there are 52 weeks. In 52 weeks, you have 52 minutes exercise you train by yourself. You're a self-trainer. Nobody has to train you. You train yourself. Can it be possible? Today you start with 3 minutes. Next week you do 4 minutes. In 26 weeks, 52 weeks, you'll end up doing 52 minutes plus these 3 minutes. How many minutes? 55 minutes is almost an hour. This is a 1-year course. You know what? You will realize this, how much it's going to give you energy if you do 3 minutes today. Right here, right now, I'm going to demonstrate you. You will feel tremendous amount of energy right away. It boosts energy right away, just like you have an injection, cortisone. And imagine this, people who exercise and who don't exercise, there's two difference. The difference number one, people who exercise, yes, you are tired, but only until you exercise. People who don't exercise, they are tired 24 hours. How many times you heard this saying, oh, I'm tired. Oh, I'm tired. That means you're always going to be tired. So you want to be tired for the entire day, for 24 hours, or you rather be tired for just 1 hour and have the rest 23 hours energy. Which way you want to choose? What is the best choice? So if I have to be tired, I'd rather be tired for 1 hour. The rest of the day I want to have energy. So this is a process, and there's a lot more I can talk, and I really admire people, this complete chiropractor, they gave me this platform, opportunity to present myself. So I really want you to take advantage of this class, and imagine you have your health in your hand, not in doctor's hand. Doctors will be happy to see you more and more often. That's not lie. That's the life. That's their bread and butter. The more sick people, the more doctor happy. I think there may be less than 1% doctor in this world who are really thinking seriously about health versus their pocket. And I do know that doctor, Dr. Chandra Chatot. I want to, please give him applause. One more thing, Mr. Chandra Chatot, he told me, and he taught me this, people have two types of age. One age is your chronological age. Is that so, Dr. Saab? Yeah. One age that we have is chronological age, that which is the numerical order, like 1 year old, 2 year old, 3 year old, 4 year, 5 year, 50 years, 60 years. That's our one age. And the second age is our biological age. And the biological age we can control, because you have noticed that there are so many times there are people who is 40-year-old, but their biological is they act like a 60-year-old. Their biological condition is 60-year-old man. But there are some 60-year-old, their biological condition is 40-year-old. So what is the difference? How the difference came from? Because they have taken care of themselves. And that can be done. People who exercise, they can increase their lifespan by 25%, and that is proven.